Hello guys, this is Tom with People's Imperial Movement Party. Today I'm going to be running a little bit of a guide through how I play Assassin Tank. This is going to feature my rotation, my build, my gear, how I specify my gear, and also my UI a little bit. Now the video is going to be a little bit jumpy. That's partly because I've only got the free version of Fraps, and so I can only film for about 30 seconds at any interval. So it will jump about a little bit, but you'll get everything done. So let's get started. During this video, guys, I will be saying excellent, ridiculous amounts of times. My flatmate picks up on the fact that I say it stupidly frequently, so try not to get too annoyed when I say it ridiculous, crazy amounts. The first bit is probably the most important bit, and that is your build. That is how you spec. Now, this is my specification for Darkness Tree. This is the one that's recommended for pure tanking rather than hybrid tanking, and for PvE tanking. I'm just going to run through quickly some of the most important ones, in my opinion. Obviously the defensives are great, so Charge Mastery, having the internal and elemental resistance by 9% is excellent. You've got stuff like total endurance by 3%, Shroud of Darkness, brilliant. You've got Premonition, increasing defense by 2%, excellent. And obviously at the top you really need Wither. You really need that. Dark Ward as well, that's an excellent one to have. I've never seen a tank without it, and if you don't have it, you're not a tank. Why wouldn't you have that? You'll find as a tank that your force depletes really quickly. So lightning reflexes and lightning recovery are excellent choices. They're really useful and you should definitely have them. Especially because you'll be using force power so much, and so these are really good to keep the force powers available for you. After you've finished with the Darkness Tree, you go into the Madness Tree. I've not seen any tanks with Deception unless they're properly hybriding it for PvP uses, but I think that Madness is still optimal. So defense chance by 2%, Sith Defiance is excellent. Having Exploitive Strikes, the extra crit will help with your threat a lot. Now the second row can be either Torment and then choosing something around here, or Chain Shock, and I think Chain Shock is the best way to do it, because Chain Shock is going to build up the most threat and also the most damage. You shouldn't be using Thrash or Saber Strike if you're a tank, in my opinion. You shouldn't really be using melee attacks. You should just be using force powers. Okay, now guys, I'm going to run into my character's setup, how I build my characters, mods, armorings, enhancements, that sort of thing. So, obviously, go for the 4% bonus. 4% bonus is unbelievably necessary for assassin tanking. I am full 63 at the moment, and you know, if you can get full 63, that's excellent. I've only got black hole earpieces and implants. The Hazmat implants have got 3 shield and 3 absorption more, and they've got a little bit more endurance, so that is helpful, but it's not completely and utterly necessary. So don't spend millions and millions and millions on trying to get hazmats, unless of course you can afford it. If you can afford it, then by all means go for it, but I am a poor sod, so yeah, I can't do that. So obviously it will definitely help, but if you can't afford it, then don't cry about it, because it's really not that much of an amazing difference. The 2 relics I use are the War Hero and the Dreadguard relic. The Dreadguard relic is excellent for the endurance and also the absorb rating proc. That is phenomenal for using an assassin tank. I use War Hero because I don't PvP on this character that much, and so Elite War Hero was a bit of a stretch for me to get, but War Hero is fine for the moment. I have seen people use 2 War Heroes or Elite War Heroes, and that's fine. I've seen people to use 2 Dreadguards though, and most of the time they're stam stackers, people who augment for endurance willpower, and that's not optimum, I don't think. You're taking away from stats where you shouldn't be taking away from stats. So the shield rating on War Hero or Elite Warrior is necessary, I think. I'm just quickly going to run through the abilities that you really want to be using. Wither and Discharge, obviously, AoE threat, brilliant. You've got your mind control and your mass mind control. Excellent. Keep those there. Shock is going to be your main source of threat for single target, in my opinion, other than obviously your taunts. Dark Ward, great. Always have that up. I'm not very controlled with it, so as soon as it's off cooldown, I use it. I do not really use Thrash or Saber Strike. Thrash is only if other things are off cooldown and I need some damage done. Saber Strike is only if everything is on cooldown and my force is at 0, so I need to build aggro and force. Force Lightning is really good. It's a really good filler. That's why I use more so than Thrash, just because obviously if I'm not stacking any accuracy, it's way more accurate, it's way more likely to hit, and it really doesn't do that much less damage. Just remember, if you're tanking and something's CC'd, please don't use Discharge, because Discharge gets rid of CC. However, Wither does not get rid of CC. So if you're standing next to a Cannoneer in explosive conflict, your Wither will not get rid of its CC if you've targeted something next to it. Obviously, if you target directly, then Wither will. My UI is set up like this at the moment just because I've been fiddling around with it to see, what I like, where it's all going to fit, and how that's going to affect my gameplay. I like it like it is at the moment because it gives you a wider sort of screen area, and it's nice to, look at things a little bit better, rather than having all this stuff down the sides. There will be other tutorials coming up soon. Hopefully we'll be getting a Marauder one and a PowerTech DPS one soon. If not, I'll get my Marauder to do it and I'll run through my Marauder. Once again, it won't be the most optimum that you can get, but it will be okay. Until then, guys, get onto the site, start applying. If you want to join the guild, we're on Tomb of Freedom NAD, the European server. We are running operations all the time. Every sort of morning we're running an operation, and most evenings we'll be running operations. So yeah, get online, get applying, watch the YouTube channel to see if there's any more videos coming soon. We'll be running more tutorials, as I said earlier. Catch you later.